Welcome to 2025, and I wanted to talk about my goals for this channel for 2025. But what do y'all think of the new background? Instead of those green chairs, put some shelving in, and we actually have this old radio. This has actually been in here forever, basically since I moved in. We had this on a shelf up here, got rid of the shelf, dropped it down here. It looks really good. It actually works. It's not plugged in, but this actually lights up and it works. So it's really cool. So we may have to drill some holes through the back here and get everything plugged up so that way I can charge everything through here so my 2-year-old doesn't yank it out of the wall. But what do y'all think so far? How does it look? Maybe we should change it up a little bit. I'm gonna drop this light I have over here and let's see how that looks instead. What do you like better, that first setup or this one? Which one do you think looks better? I kind of like the first one, has a little more mood to it, But I also like this one because I have the light pointed down at this brown table, so it kind of reflects onto me, but it's not too harsh on the side of my face. But maybe we'll change it up throughout different videos, depending on what I'm recording. But I just thought, we'll try to change it up, match it a little better, and see what happens. But I think it's gonna work good for when I do top-down unboxings. Like I've got this little thing I bought from Smallrig for the X100V. I don't know if y'all ever had one of these or have one of these, but you have all these little things you can do and like customize on these cameras. And you see, that's kind of why I wanted that lighting. Actually, that looks really good where I want it to be for when I do this kind of stuff. That actually nailed it if the light's pointed down like that. So we might have to keep it when I'm doing videos like this. But our video today is not about that. It's about my goals for 2025 for this channel. So in 2024, I started this channel. My goal from January till the end of December was to post once a week and to try to get 100 subscribers. I had one. I ended up ending the year with about 730 subscribers. I think it was about 728. So now the subscriber side of it, but I did miss weeks posting because things happen in life. I was in school full-time, working full-time, and I have a family. But at the end of the year, I kind of slowed down a little bit because we had our second baby. So that's why I haven't been posting as much. So my goal for this year is still gonna be to post about once a week, maybe every 2 weeks, just depending on what I can do. Not every video is gonna be like a 10-minute long video. Some are probably just gonna be 3-minute little videos because there's a lot of things out there and a lot of things I have to review that, let's be honest, like I don't need to do a massive review. Like if I do a review on a battery like this is the Smallrig NPF 970. You don't need to see a 10-minute review on a battery, do you? Look at it, 100% charged. It's got an output right there for USB-C, and it's got a USB one on this side. And if you use a monitor, it goes on the back right there, right? And it's a little over 10,000 ohms. You can charge anything with it. You can use it with your monitor like I'm using right now. I don't need to do a 10-minute review on that. Do you know how insane that is to me? I'm not gonna sit there and watch a 10-minute review on a battery unless you're doing something insane. But all you're gonna do is be like, look how long it lasted. And it lasts 3 to 4 hours, bam, review's done. I gave you a review on this battery in the middle of me talking about this video. So that's why I'm saying I will probably do some videos shorter. So if you see me do like a longer video and then a short one, maybe it's I had a busier week. But most of the time when I make videos, I batch create them. So if I have time in the middle of my day because I work remotely, then I can come create 2 or 3 videos if I have a chance, and then I edit them later. So it's gonna be continuing to try to post every 7 to 10 days. But if I don't hit the mark, that's okay. But that's gonna be my first goal. My second goal is to try to get to 5,000 subscribers. And I know that's a bit ambitious of me, but hear me out. My goal was to get to 1,000 by the end of March, beginning of April. So I have about 3 months to do that from now, which I think is obtainable as long as I can keep posting. Now, 5,000 is a little more out there. It might be a little harder for me to get to do, but I figured I might as well try. And then I still have a ton of gear I've collected over the years that I'll be doing reviews on, and some new gear I've bought recently I'll be doing reviews on, whether it's the Viltrox 16mm, the Helios 58mm, because that's a huge vintage lens that people like getting, or something like the Blazar Remus 35mm T 1.6 and the FX30. I also got, and I'll be doing a review on that. But besides all of that, one of the big things I want to make sure I continue to do this year is to teach and to talk about photography. And when I say teach, I mean, let's talk about how different things affect your photography and how you can get better at photography, because there's a lot out there. There's a lot of things to learn, right? What is f-stop? What is shutter speed? What is aperture? How do they work together to create the exposure triangle? How does white balance affect your image? I actually did a video on that already. But there's going to be plenty of things like that where it's a lot of photography basics, because I feel like a lot of photography channels nowadays focus too much on gear reviews and not as much on the tutorial side of photography. And there's a lot of people that want to learn more about photography, so I want to also kick that into gear and be able to teach more. So when people have questions like, hey, what should I do for this? What should I do for that? What should I do for that? Can you create a video on those kinds of things? I can look at it and be like, actually, that's a really good question. Let's dive into that. And I've had a lot of people ask me to do those kind of videos because they like the way I explain it. I may mess up on something and forget something, but that's what it is. Who cares? You know, one of my main goals in 2024 is going to be one of my main goals in 2025. Give you quality information in as simplistic as I can, along with giving you the opportunities to go out and shoot. Because sometimes you watch videos and you see it 20, 30-minute videos and you learned a lot, but you never got to go apply it because you watch the video and then something comes up and then this comes up. Well, if I can give you that information in 5 to 10 minutes, you can spend another 20 minutes out there shooting or taking videos or whatever it's about. You can go out and practice what you learned versus having a 30-minute video and then you only have 5 minutes to go practice what you learned. It's more important that you go practice for 25 minutes than listen to me ramble for 25 minutes about something. So that's going to be one of my other big goals for this year, is to see if I can get you quality information in a short amount of time. Now, that could mean I miss things, but that's always what happens in videos. You always miss something. Somebody's always, you missed this, you missed that, and it doesn't really matter. Who actually cares? It's like something, it's just nitpicking because you're creating videos and they're not. Whatever. You're throwing yourself on the internet. That's basically what happens. But it's not a big deal. But that's going to be one of my other main goals for this channel this year. But I appreciate you hanging out with me. If this was helpful at all, or you want to see if I actually nail those goals, that would be awesome, because you can drop those comments down below and be like, hey man, good luck in 2025, and let's see you hit those goals. But I appreciate you hanging out with me. If you think this channel is actually going to be helpful to you at all, which I think it would be if you're in that videography, photography realm, but that's just my personal opinion, because I gotta have a little bit of confidence in myself, right? Otherwise, I wouldn't be trying to post these videos. But I appreciate you hanging out with me. And as always, I will see you in the next one, and have a good new year, and God bless.